Hey guys, Thrasher here, and we have a new Legends Road and a new update in Dragon Ball Legends. Let's talk about it right now. Okay, so first up, let's go to menu and news, and there's not a ton of updates here, but there are lots of little small things that we need to look at real quick. So first up, we're going to open the game update announcement right here. They raised the maximum number of tropical juices that you can hold. Before, you could only have 100,000 or 99,999. They increased that to essentially 1 million because the quests were asking you to go well over 100,000. So anyone that was actually doing the quests and not using up their tropical juices was getting capped. So that makes sense to increase that. And then they've added the new Namekian tag to a bunch of characters. I'm not going to name all of them, but you can see them right there. And then they've updated various events, which we're going to go through in just a minute. So let's back out of here and let's talk about the scout battles. So there's 2 scout battles that have come into the game. One of them is returning for sure, the Piccolo. And then the Cobble one, I'm not sure if that one's returning or not. I can't remember ever doing that one. So I'll have to look at that, but they're both EX 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you haven't done them, or if they're new to you, make sure that you have a max level or near max level Kaba and Piccolo so that you can solo both of those with just that one character. It'll get you 200 Chrono Crystals per scout battle. So between all 4 stages, make sure you do that. And then it talks about the characters down here, but there's not too much more we need to talk about the scout battles. They're very short, very straightforward. And the next thing we need to talk about are these 2 events right here. These are both returning events that you've probably completed, but there are new summer event missions related to these. The only thing you really need to know is for both of these, you need to go in and do 30 energy. So you have to spend 30 energy on both of these, and that will complete the new Summerfest missions that we're going to look at in just a second. And those will get you Chrono Crystals, so you want to make sure to do that. So let's go ahead and open up the Summerfest changes real quick. The Super Spacetime Duel number 30, there are new missions for that. Cell, the Ultimate Life Form, and then Perfect Cell, the Super Life Form. Those bottom 2 are the events that we just talked about. Make sure you do 30 energy in each. You get your Chrono Crystals. The Super Spacetime Duel is just do PvP. That's all you have to do there. We can back out of there, and then let's talk about this guy right here. So the new Legends Road, you can use Namekians, you can use Regeneration, or you can use Legends Road characters. So we'll scroll down a little bit. That's the Piccolo that you're going to get. The medals are the same as normal. There's bronze, silver, and gold. You have stages 1, 2, and 3, and then you have EX 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to have a bonus battle. Make sure you do the bonus battle every single day. You can only do it once a day. That is your best option for getting these medals per energy spent, so make sure you're doing that every single day. And then as we can see right here, form a party with tag Namekian, tag Regeneration, and tag Legends Road members and head out to battle. So if you use any of those 3 tags, you're going to get huge bonuses. The easiest way to do it is just grab a whole bunch of Namekians. That way you know that all of your units are buffing each other with their Z abilities. And then obviously once you get this Piccolo, you're going to drop him on the Namekian team and run him for pretty much all of the events because they're much easier with him, so that way you can 7-star all of them and use skip tickets and get it done quickly. So let's scroll down a little bit further and talk about the other 2 major things that matter. So here's the Piccolo. He's cool. He's a decent unit. A lot of people are a little bit annoyed at the color. Yellow is not the best option if you ask me. I think he would have been a lot better if he were like a red, but whatever, he's still a good unit. I think 1 or 2 people have already posted his power level once you max him out and you get him to 598, level 3000, 3-star. I think it's like 677k, which is not amazing, but also not horrible. And power levels really don't mean that much. They're not a 1-to-1 correlation of how good a unit is. His kit is very good. So let's talk about this first. So the Beaded equipment item is a 13% to strike defense, 13% to blast defense, 20% to blast attack. It is a regeneration based equipment item, so for any regeneration blast based unit, it's pretty good on the attack side, but on the defensive side, 13% is pretty low. And as I've always said, HP is a much better defensive stat than blast or strike defense, so that's a little unfortunate. If you want to grab one of these, you probably can, but I wouldn't grab multiple because there are many better options than this. And then here's the other one, the Fused with Kami, which is another regeneration equipment item. 15% to strike defense, 15% to strike attack, 15% to blast attack. The strike attack is okay, but some might say a tiny bit low. The blast attack is low for sure, and then strike defense is a 1-dimensional defense stat. Like I've said before, much rather prefer HP, and if they're gonna do strike defense, I'd like to see strike and blast defense. So this is probably not a great item as well. If I were gonna grab one of the 2, I would probably actually just grab this blast attack one, because even though this is blast and strike attack, the 20% to blast attack, in my opinion, is better than 15% to blast and 15% to strike and losing a slot, because that's one less slot that you would get up here for the blast and strike defense. Plus, in most cases, there are many options for strike damage and strike attack. There aren't as many options for blast attack, especially for the regen team that actually has quite a few blast-based units at this point. So just keep that in mind, and as always, you can go into the exchange shop to actually get the items for this Legends Road event. You want to make sure to get the energy tickets and possibly the skip tickets if you need them first, and then worry about actually getting the Rising Souls for this Piccolo. I would say the very first thing you should do if you have a ton of skip tickets and energy tickets is get enough Z power to actually collect the Piccolo, start training him up, and then do the rest of the event. But if you're super short on energy tickets, then obviously you want to grab those very first so you can continue to do this. Outside of that, there's not too much more to this update. We do have a PvP season ending pretty soon, but that's not for another day or so. We'll have an update on that when it happens. And if you guys like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.